have a particular girlfriend, and I thought, well, somebody needs to do something. You know, I didn't know about us getting in the war. And I tried to go in the RAF to start with. I signed up to go to
yeah, you went through the Clayton Night Committee, I understand. You were. So how did you get a hold of the Clayton Night Committee to begin with?
Well, I don't really know that. I was looking to join up, and they had an office in New York City.
What sort of things did could they tell you at that time? It was kind of at that time they were really kind of on the borderline of violating the Neutrality Act, weren't they?
Well, it wasn't anything secret. Supposedly they had, you know, the draft board knew about it, and they were willing to defer me. And they were real nice people. One guy there, you know, I was going to say his name. He was an ex-World War I pilot. Coffin. His name was Coffin. Real nice guy. And I remember one day sitting in the office up there. I'd go up there all the time trying to find out how soon I was going to get to go to Spartan. And I was sitting in there one day, and some older guy came in and was telling about his son that they had sent over to the Eagle Squadron. And no, I guess it wasn't an Eagle, and it was the RAF. Anyway, he wrote back and he was telling how much money he made, and about the taxes, and how he really didn't wind up with much income. And I listened to that, and I thought, well, you know, you're sure not going to make any money going over there. I was on the list I sent the pilots to Spartan Aviation in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And you had to get on the list to do that. And the draft board was letting me go. They would let me go to Canada or wherever. They were deferring me, and I just got kind of antsy. I went up and talked to them one day, and they said, well, you're on the list, but it'll be a little while before we can get to you. I don't know how many they had down at Spartan, but they must have, you know, had regular classes. And he said, if you want to go right away, we can send you up to Canada. And they treated us real well. You know, when I wanted something done, he said, I could go to Canada, and they paid the fare and, you know, give all the directions and everything. It seemed pretty, you know, it was really well-run organization, I thought.
Yeah.
In primary, somebody came into the barracks and chatted me and said, you know, you're going to be washed out. I said, what are you talking about? He said, well, they're going to give you you're going to have to take a flight check with the RAF guy, or the RAF tech pilot. So my instructor comes along and he says, hey, you flew with that RAF guy and you didn't pass instrument flying. And he said, we've spent too much time screwing around with aerobatics and stuff. I'm going to teach you how to fly instruments. So we went up, and in about an hour he taught me how to fly instruments. And I took my check ride with this British guy and passed it, and that was the end of that. But boy, it was a scary deal for a while.
And you were flying what, the Finch when you were there, or the Tiger Moth? What was your elementary?
Fleet Finch.
Fleet Finch. What did you think of that?
It was a great little airplane. Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah.
First we started out on skis, and then we went on to the wheels. No, it was great. And we had one guy with us, though. He was really an alcoholic, American guy. And he'd get into all kinds of trouble. And before they go through all this, he would accept the punishment they would dish out. Then the punishment was usually marching with a rifle for X number of steps or hours or whatever it was, or maybe with a parachute on your back, and, you know, physical labor. And he had he was a doctor's son, and he had some way of screwing up his blood pressure. And he'd never get in. You always had to get a physical before they put you through any torture or any extra physical activity. And damn it, he'd get out of it every time. And I don't know how he did it, but he would. And then he'd be out there, and next thing you know, he's drunk again. And the MPs, they call them SPs up there, if I remember. They just pick him up when they were closing up the town and then bring him back and throw him in the barracks. They never would do anything to him. He was a good guy and a good pilot. I don't know whatever happened. I'd have to look up his name, but he was a character. In operations up there one day, and one of the instructors came in. He was just madder than hell, and wanted to know where this guy was. And I was out in the low-flying area, and this damn student come around and threw a loop around me. And I'm in the low-flying area. Well, they chewed the student out, but that's about as far as it went. But down here, that'd have been all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
We had the AT-6 up in Summerside.
And your instructor, do you recall your instructor at Summerside? Yeah.
I probably got his name in my logbook.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I'd be interested, as I know.
They were all Americans that I remember. I think the guy I'm thinking of was an American. He was always in trouble because he'd go out the first thing in the morning, and they'd tell him he's going to go out and check the weather. And then he'd go out in that AT-6 and beat up the field. And they used to get the damn mad at him, but it seemed like let him go.